Hello Aries, welcome to 2020 Tarot. This is Natalie and this is your love reading for the month of May. This spread is applicable to both couples and singles. It will not resonate with everybody, so you may want to check out your rising, moon, and Venus signs. So here we go for Aries for May love. And here we go. So your love goal is the Chariot. So you want things to happen quickly and you want things to be balanced. So the energies between the two of you or your partner is to be balanced, but happening quickly. This is the different Chariot. It's the only Chariot card that I have in any of the decks that I have that actually is going so fast that you see the cloud of dust, of sand, the dust from the sand in the back. So it's a very, very energetic card. And very quick but balanced energies. What you have to offer in a relationship is the fact that you are very strategic. It's the Two of Wands. You're very strategic. And you plan things. You're a good planner. And you definitely want to plan before, embarking on something. And you have foresight. So you'd like to bigger picture kind of thinking, right? So we'll leave it at that for now. And that's also, let's just say, an Aries card, just so you know, it's your card. And specifically for Aries of first decade. So those born in March, for example, at the end of March. Okay, so next card, what it is that you lack though? You lack the Six of Pentacles. And that is, maybe you lack the ability to share with others or with someone. Or maybe you lack the ability to receive. That's not uncommon. There's givers and takers on this planet. So if you're a giver, you may have a hard time receiving from others. We'll work on that because I'm going to pull some cards from another deck to ask questions on how to work on this lack down here, okay? Leave it at that. So what kind of partner you do not want is one that is so traditional and maybe one that is also too religious. Okay, this is the Hierophant. So Hierophant speaks of traditions. So set in their ways and their culture, traditions with their cultures or traditions with their families, or it could literally be someone who is too religious. Okay. The kind of partner that you want in your life, though, is one that is going to be collaborating with you. This is the Three of Pentacles. Someone who's not afraid of putting in the 2 cents and for projects that you're going to be doing together that want to be involved, okay? And participate, not just involved with talk, but action as well. The heart of the matter for you at the moment is the Page of Wands. So the heart of the matter is that you are wanting or interested in new passion. You've got this new passion inside of you. You'd like to be able to act on it, but at this point you can't. Or it's not possible for whatever reason. And this card here is, what can you do to make this work? We have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is about perseverance. So hang in there. Keep doing what you're doing. It should work out eventually. All right, so the element or the underneath the deck energy is the Nine of Swords. So this is basically calling for worries. So there's worries in here. Keeping you up at night, things that are bothering you. Although there's no other swords on the table at all, that's the only sword card. So maybe you're ultimately worried about finding this person, especially if you're single. You're worried about finding this person. Maybe the biological clock is ticking. I don't know. Or maybe you are with a person at the moment that is very religious or very traditional with their culture or with their family values and stuff, and you don't know how to deal with that. But hang in there. It's saying to hang in there because things are going to develop over time, okay? Now let's go, this deck here. How are we going to work? How can we work on the fact that, and I think this is more about you have a lack of ability to receive. I don't think it's a lack of ability to give. I think it's more on the receiving end. You have a hard time receiving, accepting gifts or accepting a little bit more from others than what you put in. Like you want to be one on top all the time. You'd rather that they owe you than you owe them, kind of thing. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So how can you work on that? Well, you have the Six of Cups. You have the Justice. You have the Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, and you have the Five of Swords. And the funny thing is, with the Justice card and the Six of Pentacles, you have the scales on both of these cards. So there's an element of fairness associated with both of these cards. Okay. But I think this stems back to way back before, when you were a child. And here you have a child offering a beautiful cup with a flower, a lily, to this little girl. And I think this is something that roots back to the past. That maybe someone offered gifts to you and put you in a compromising position. That something was expected in return. If you hear my drift, get my drift. And that has kind of marked you. And now you'd rather not owe anybody anything. You'd rather be giving more than receiving. But know that things, whatever trauma, if there's any trauma from that, from the past, know that things should be fair. And whoever did whatever in the past, they'll pay for it one day. Karmically speaking, they'll pay for it one day. So you need to trust in that karmic justice. Okay? The Knight of Cups is, you may be starting, you have a cup, you have an offer here. You have an offer here. Maybe slowly but surely start accepting from your partner. Start accepting from other people. Start accepting these offers. Remember, though, to always think first of yourself. Make sure that your needs are met and no one has done anything to harm you. You come first, regardless of that. If you keep taking these gifts, you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to step up and say, okay, enough is enough. Move on now. I don't need this all the time. I don't want this anymore. I'm not saying this with your partner, but I'm saying in general. And, you know, some people will probably be disappointed that you're not accepting. I mean, you've got 3 swords in your hands and 2 on the ground. You basically are not accepting those 2 on the ground. You just don't care. I mean, it's okay. It's okay to say no. But you can't always say no. You need to accept some of the offers coming your way. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing from this row of cards. Okay, and if it's bringing up some old trauma, I'm terribly sorry. That's not the intent of this reading. Anyways, let's move on. And of course, that's not going to resonate with everybody. Definitely not. So let's move on. What's the whispers of love for Aries? We have spiritual connection, card number 27. So this says, this relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. So maybe ancestors or an actual soulmate from the past, a previous life, a spiritual connection is being made with this individual. Yep. Or maybe you need to connect spiritually. Maybe you need to connect with yourself, with your inner child. Coming back to this row here. Maybe that's the spiritual connection that's needed, is for you to connect with your inner child and heal that inner child. That's what I'm seeing from this again. Or if the person that you're with currently or the person that you would be meeting eventually is someone from the past. It's a previous soulmate, someone from a past life. All right, so let's leave it at that. And let's go to these cards. Well, usually I've got a couple of them popping out. Okay, now we got one. Okay, we've got three. That's good enough. All right, so my dear Aries, so the very first one that came out is manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Okay. The other one is emotions are natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. This could be, again, letting go of the past and resentment towards that person, because if you're still having trouble receiving, it's probably because you have resentment towards that person from the past. And then we have romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. So, you're probably meeting someone new. After this is done, you're probably meeting someone new, as this is saying, manifest miracles, right? Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Dream, and your dreams will come to reality, and then romance is going to spark your way. But clearly there's work to be done, right? All right, so let's go into a potential outcome for those that this reading might have resonated with. First card is the High Priestess. So using your intuition, you'll probably be better equipped to use your intuition, particularly if you have been in a mental state of anguish from worries and stress. It's hard to follow your intuition when all you think about, you're focused, laser focused on thoughts that are stressing you out. So I think in the future, after this work is done, this work will make you change that. You'll be able to start dreaming again. And this is exactly what this position is about. This guy, he's got that fire in his belly. He wants the new passion, but he's just not acting up on it. Something's holding him back. Something's holding him back, and it's saying to pursue this, to continue, hang in there. It's going to happen eventually, but I think what's needed is this work here. That's deep-rooted work that needs to be done. But ultimately, it is keeping you up at night and preventing you from acting. But in the future, should this be kind of looked at and dealt with, the High Priestess is there, and you'll know intuitively when an offer that's being made to you that's not a right offer. You'll be able to sense that. Your sixth sense will pick it up. Okay? And then again here, look, we've got the Nine of Wands again. And he's persevered, and now not only has he persevered, he's got a partner in his life, a partner in crime to help him, support him, to, move along. And both parties are injured. Both parties have suffered in the past. Nobody is like Scots-free from pain from the past. Maybe you will do some counseling, and maybe you meet this person at a counseling group, someone who's had a similar experience than you've had. All right, we're at the part now where you're going to be asking 3 questions, or 1 question, but I'm going to be pulling 3 cards. And these questions need to have a yes or no answer, okay? So formulate your questions. If you need time, pause the video and come back to me in a minute. But right now I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, cut the deck, and pick 3 cards. All right, so here we go. Answer to question number 1, question number 2, and question number 3. If you still need time, pause the video now. All right, question number 1. The answer is yes, and there's an opportunity coming your way. So the question is yes, answer is yes, and there's an opportunity coming your way. Abundance is coming. Look, there's a lot of coins falling on her. Lots of coins. Okay, so question number 2. The answer is yes, big happy changes. Again, a lady that's arms in the air, acclaiming, receiving. Remember, you have a hard time receiving. Work is going to be done, and then you'll be able to receive possibly more than you give. Question number 3. The answer is, at this time, yes, but you need to look for the signs, okay? Things will happen, but you need to look for the signs. Act up on those signs that appear favorable to you. Well, that's it, my dear Aries, and hope you liked the video, and we'll see you next time in June. So all the best to you. Bye-bye.